Are you tired of feeling broken? Do you find yourself questioning whether you'll ever be strong enough to face the challenges ahead? Maybe you've been knocked down by life's toughest blows and right now getting up seems impossible. But let me tell you something, every strong person you admire, every person you look up to has been broken before. Yes, every one of them. The difference is they didn't stay down. They chose to rise again and again. And today, I'm here to show you how you can do the same. Today isn't just about motivation, it's about transformation. I'm going to show you the power you have within to push through pain, to overcome adversity, and to build the resilience you need to become unbreakable. This isn't just a pep talk. This is your blueprint to turning every setback into a stepping stone, every challenge into fuel. You might be feeling lost, uncertain, or defeated, but the truth is the person you're becoming is already stronger than you realize. You're about to discover the key to unlocking your true potential. Stick with me, because everything you need to rise is within your reach. This is your moment to keep going. Let's begin. Life's toughest moments don't destroy us. They forge us into who we're meant to be. Think about it. Without pressure, diamonds don't form. Your struggles are the very thing that is shaping you into a stronger, more capable person. You may not feel it now, but every hardship you face is building the resilience you'll need to conquer even greater challenges in the future. When life knocks you down, it doesn't mean you're done. It means you're being prepared for something bigger. The pain you feel today is not permanent. It's part of the process of transformation. It's your moment to rise. You see, growth only happens outside of your comfort zone. If you stay where it's easy, you'll never experience the greatness that's waiting for you. We need to shift our perspective on pain. Instead of running from it, we must embrace it. Pain isn't the enemy, it's the fuel for change. When you face challenges head-on, you're forging the strength you need to push through the next one. Look at the stories of those who have faced unimaginable struggles and turned them into stepping stones for success. Think of famous figures like Oprah Winfrey, who was once told she'd never make it in television, or J.K. Rowling, who faced rejection after rejection before her Harry Potter series became a global phenomenon. These individuals didn't let their struggles define them, they used them to fuel their rise. Embracing the rebuilding process is never easy, but let me tell you, it's worth it. The journey of transformation starts with brokenness. Every great success story involves a beginning where everything seemed lost. You have to understand that it's okay to start over. It's okay to rebuild, no matter how many times it takes. Each time you get back up, you're becoming stronger. Small steps lead to big results. Each little victory you achieve, no matter how insignificant it seems at the time, is a reminder that you're moving in the right direction. Don't underestimate the power of persistence. Over time, these small actions add up, and you'll find that the person you were yesterday is far stronger than the person you are today. The key is getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Growth doesn't happen when life is easy. Just like a tree grows taller when the winds get stronger, you grow when life challenges you. Don't shy away from the tough times. Lean into them. They are what will help you rise to the next level. It's also crucial to surround yourself with people who support your growth. No one can do it alone. A solid support system is essential during the rebuilding phase. Look at successful athletes, business leaders, and even everyday people who have experienced setbacks. They didn't rise to success alone. They leaned on others who believed in them. This is your reminder, don't be afraid to ask for help. You can't rebuild alone, and you shouldn't have to. The first battle you face when life gets hard is in your own mind. It's that voice inside you that says, you're not good enough, or you can't do this. That voice is the enemy of your success. To become unbreakable, you must learn to overcome that voice and recognize your inner strength. Belief in yourself is the foundation of everything you do. Without self-belief, you won't even try. But once you believe you can achieve something, the path becomes clear. Self-doubt is natural, but it doesn't have to control you. You have the power to turn those doubts into fuel for your journey. Start by rewriting your inner script. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. When you hear that voice telling you that you can't, immediately remind yourself of all the times you've succeeded in the past. This is how you shift your mindset. It's about turning doubts into motivation, using them to propel you forward, not hold you back. Visualization is another powerful tool. See yourself achieving your goals. Visualize success. Feel the emotions that come with it, and use that image to push you forward. This exercise strengthens your self-belief because it primes your mind for success. Look at athletes like Michael Jordan, who was cut from his high school basketball team, or Walt Disney, who was fired for lack of imagination before he created one of the most successful entertainment companies in history. Both of them overcame self-doubt and found success by believing in themselves when others didn't. Fear is a natural response to life's challenges, but it doesn't have to control you. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is an invitation to grow beyond your current limits. Every time you face fear, you have the opportunity to rise to a new level of strength. You only fear what you've yet to conquer. When you step into the unknown, you are expanding your comfort zone. Fear may feel paralyzing, but if you can push past it, you'll find that the other side is filled with opportunities for growth and success. Don't wait for fear to subside, take action in spite of it. The longer you wait, the more it controls you. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. Courage is the ability to act despite fear. Every person who's ever achieved something great has had to act in the face of fear. It's part of the process. The key is to keep moving forward, even when you feel uncertain. Think of people like Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison for fighting for freedom, or Malala Yousafzai, who stood up for girls' education in the face of violence and threats. These individuals didn't let fear control their actions, they moved forward with courage, and that's why they became symbols of strength and resilience. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, it's about bouncing back stronger. Every time life knocks you down, resilience gives you the strength to get back up. You can't avoid the hard times, but you can choose to face them with strength. Resilience is not something you're born with, it's something you build over time. Just like a muscle, resilience grows stronger the more you use it. Every time you face adversity and overcome it, you are building mental and emotional flexibility. You're strengthening the foundation on which your future success is built. When setbacks happen, it's important to remember they don't define you. A setback is just a setup for a comeback. It's not the end of your story, it's a chapter that makes you stronger. Look at people who've overcome great adversity. Think of athletes who came back from injury, or entrepreneurs who lost everything only to rebuild bigger and better. These individuals didn't let setbacks stop them. They used them as motivation to push harder and become even stronger. Confidence isn't built on external validation, it's built from within. You need to trust yourself. The foundation of unbreakable confidence comes from knowing who you are and what you're capable of. Confidence isn't about never failing, it's about knowing that even when you do fail, you'll rise again. Building confidence in the face of adversity is possible. Small actions taken every day, small wins add up to a major boost in your self-assurance. Start by focusing on what you're good at, and don't shy away from the areas where you need improvement. Confidence comes from understanding both your strengths and weaknesses. Visualization is key in building confidence. See yourself succeeding and believe that it's possible. The more you visualize your success, the more real it becomes. Take inspiration from people who've built confidence against all odds. Oprah Winfrey, for example, was told she wasn't fit for TV, but she trusted in herself and built an empire. People like her didn't just survive, they thrived because they believed in their ability to do so. Purpose is the compass that guides you through struggles. When you know your why, you'll find the strength to keep going even when everything else feels cold. Purpose is the fire that keeps you moving forward when everything else seems to fall apart. When you align your actions with your purpose, you find meaning in everything you do. Your purpose gives you direction, and every challenge becomes a part of the journey to achieving it. Without purpose, struggles feel pointless, but when you know why you're fighting, you'll push through anything. If you've lost sight of your purpose, it's okay. Purpose can be rediscovered, even after setbacks. It's time to reaffirm your goals, redefine your why, and keep pushing forward. Nothing changes unless you take action. Taking action is the most important part of the transformation process. You don't have to have it all figured out, you just have to take the next step. One small action can lead to massive change. Break the big picture into smaller, manageable steps. Every time you take one small action, you're building momentum. Don't wait for the perfect moment to begin. The best time to act is now. Commit to your journey, no matter how unclear it seems. Trust that the steps you take today will lead you to the success you're working toward. The road may be long, but every action gets you closer to your goal. Have you ever felt like the weight of your struggles is too much to bear? Like no matter how hard you try, you keep getting knocked down by life's challenges. You're not alone. We all experience pain. We all face moments that make us question if we'll ever rise again. But here's the truth. Your brokenness isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your transformation. Every strong person you admire, every success you see, has a foundation built on hardship. Today we're diving deep into the power of brokenness, how pain can be the greatest teacher, how struggles can become the stepping stones to your greatest victories. This isn't just about surviving, this is about thriving after the storm. Stick with me because I'm going to show you how to turn your most painful moments into the fuel that propels you forward. It's time to embrace the power of brokenness and start rising stronger than ever before. We all experience pain. It's part of being human. No one is immune. Look around at successful people. They all have scars, stories of struggle. Think about it. Oprah Winfrey overcame a childhood filled with abuse and rejection. Steve Jobs faced being ousted from the company he founded, and countless other famous figures have had to push through immense hardship. The common thread in every story: they didn't let pain break them. Instead, they used it to fuel their success. Pain is the universal experience that connects us all. It's what drives us to grow, adapt, and change. Without pain, there is no growth. Pain is a catalyst. It pushes us out of our comfort zones, forces us to reflect, and challenges us to rise. Every setback is an invitation to rebuild ourselves stronger. This isn't just something I'm telling you, it's the truth. You've heard the saying, no pain, no gain. It's not just a cliche, it's a law of life. Pain can feel unbearable, but it's exactly what you need to change the direction of your life. Think about the tough times you've endured. You may have felt broken, but that experience shaped you. Your struggles don't define you, they refine you. And the beauty of that process is that you can rise from the ashes stronger than before. Embrace brokenness. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength waiting to be unlocked. Just think about it. Without a valley, there's no mountain to climb. Every time you face difficulty, remember that it's part of the journey. It's forging you into someone capable of handling even greater challenges. Look at Oprah again. Her difficult childhood didn't define her, it shaped her. She transformed that brokenness into the fuel for her purpose. You have the same power within you. Every challenge, every setback is an opportunity to rise higher than you ever imagined. In every wound, there lies potential for growth. If you choose to rise, that decision will start a powerful transformation within you. You can rewrite your narrative. Your past doesn't have to determine your future. You're not defined by what happened to you. You're defined by how you respond. Every time life knocks you down, you have the choice to stay there or to rise, learn, and become stronger. And trust me, every time you rise, you come back more powerful than before. The greatest lessons come from failure. Take Michael Jordan as an example. He was cut from his high school basketball team, yet he chose to rise. He didn't let that failure define him. Instead, he let it fuel his determination to be better. You see, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every setback teaches you something that moves you closer to your true potential. When you embrace brokenness, you embrace wisdom. Look at Thomas Edison, for example. He faced failure after failure in his quest to invent the light bulb. But instead of giving up, he saw each failure as a lesson. He once said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset that changes everything. You have the same opportunity in front of you. Every challenge, every hardship is a chance to grow. And I promise you, the more you embrace it, the stronger you'll become. But here's the thing, success isn't just for a select few. It's for everyone who chooses to rise. It doesn't matter where you start or how many times you've fallen. Behind every success story is a history of struggle. Think about the everyday people you know who have turned their pain into power. They've taken the lessons from their struggles and they've used them to fuel a new path. Maybe you know someone who overcame a devastating loss and now inspires others to keep going. Maybe you've seen someone who faced failure head-on only to come back even stronger. That's the power of embracing brokenness. That's the power of resilience. In the end, we all face challenges, some visible, some not. But the beauty is in how we respond. We can either let our struggles break us, or we can let them build us. You have the power to decide which path you take. If you've been knocked down, don't stay there. Rise stronger than you were before. And remember, it's not the pain that defines you, it's how you choose to rise from it. Are you tired of carrying the weight of your past mistakes, failures, and regrets? Do you feel like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle, unable to move forward? What if I told you that the key to healing, growth, and ultimate success is not to escape your past, but to accept it? Today we're diving deep into one of the most powerful yet often overlooked principles of transformation, acceptance. I'm here to show you how accepting where you are right now, flaws and all, is the very first step in breaking free from what holds you back. We're not just talking about motivation here, we're talking about real, actionable steps that will lead you to lasting change. If you want to heal, to move forward, and to turn your setbacks into powerful comebacks, then stick with me. The journey starts with one choice: to accept where you are and use it to fuel the next phase of your life. Acceptance isn't about giving up. It's about giving yourself the permission to move forward. Let me tell you something. There is no healing without acceptance. You can't start healing until you admit the wound is there. You can't change what you refuse to face. The truth is, accepting your current situation is the first step toward breaking free from the chains of the past. When you accept where you are, you give yourself the power to move toward where you want to be. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of the resistance that keeps you stuck in place. It means you're ready to take the next step. Reframing failure is key to this process. Failure is not the end. It's part of the process. If you can begin to see failure not as a dead end, but as a lesson, everything changes. Every setback holds a lesson that shapes your future success. Think about it. How does a seed grow? A seed doesn't grow by sitting still. It grows by pushing through the soil, fighting its way upward toward the light. In the same way, setbacks force you to grow. Every failure is a step closer to your breakthrough. You can't avoid them, but you can use them. Embrace the lessons in failure. They are the foundation for your success. Acceptance is strength, not weakness. When you accept yourself, flaws and all, you free yourself from the weight of trying to be perfect. Perfection is a lie. It doesn't exist. True power comes from embracing your flaws and working with them, not against them. You've heard the saying, what you resist persists. The longer you fight against your own reality, the longer it controls you. But when you accept where you are, you take back control. And that is where your true strength lies. The weight of carrying emotional baggage from the past is heavy. It holds you down, drains your energy, and keeps you from moving forward. Think about it. How much space are you giving to things that no longer serve you? When you keep holding on to old grudges, regrets, or failures, you're only preventing your own growth. You can't drive forward if you keep staring in the rearview mirror. The past is behind you for a reason. It's time to let go of that weight. Letting go is liberating. It creates space for new opportunities, new growth, and new possibilities. Freedom comes when you stop clinging to things that are long gone, things that have no power over you unless you give them power. When you let go of the past, you stop living in someone else's story and start writing your own. You get to decide what comes next, not your regrets, not your failures. That's what makes letting go so powerful. It's a reclaiming of your future. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means acknowledging the pain, accepting it, and then deciding it's time to release it. Forgiveness is a key to this process. Not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself. You've made mistakes. So have I. We all have. But those mistakes don't have to define us. By forgiving ourselves, we free ourselves to move forward with less weight, less baggage. You're not bound by the past unless you choose to be. Vulnerability is often seen as weakness. But let me tell you something, vulnerability is strength. It opens the door to connection, to deeper relationships, and to true personal growth. Your scars tell the story of your survival. They're not marks of weakness. They're symbols of resilience. Embracing vulnerability allows you to show up in the world as your authentic self, flaws and all. That's what people connect with. That's what builds trust. Vulnerability is not about exposing your weaknesses. It's about owning them, learning from them, and growing stronger because of them. Vulnerability leads to growth. It builds resilience and creates the space for deeper wisdom. The most successful people in the world are not those who hide their flaws, but those who embrace them. Take Brené Brown, for example. She made a career out of studying vulnerability and how embracing it leads to deeper connection, greater success, and more meaningful lives. When you embrace vulnerability, you allow yourself to grow in ways that would never be possible otherwise. It's through embracing our scars that we unlock our greatest potential. The most successful people don't just embrace their scars, they wear them proudly. They know that their imperfections are what make them human, and it's these very imperfections that allow them to connect with others and inspire change. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you free yourself from the burden of pretending to be perfect. You become more real, more relatable, and ultimately more powerful. Rewriting your story is one of the most empowering things you can do. Accepting that the past doesn't define you opens up an entirely new space for you to step into. Your future is not limited by your past unless you allow it to be. You can choose to stay stuck in the past, chained by regrets, or you can choose to step into the future with a new story, a new vision, and a new purpose. Regret is like quicksand. It pulls you down and keeps you stuck in the past. But the moment you decide to let go of regret, you break free. The chains that have held you hostage in your mind snap and you can finally move forward. It's a liberation like no other. When you accept that the past is behind you, you stop letting it control your future. You start to write your own story. The new version of you is waiting to be discovered. The person you've always been meant to become is still out there, but you have to stop defining yourself by the mistakes you've made. What would happen if you stopped defining yourself by what's behind you and started embracing what's ahead? You're not your past. You're not your mistakes. You are the sum of your choices today, and you have the power to choose your next step. Are you tired of feeling like life is always happening to you, as if you're stuck in a cycle you can't break? What if I told you that the key to taking control of your life isn't about changing your circumstances, but about changing your mindset? Today we're diving into one of the most powerful shifts you can make, moving from a victim mentality to a victorious one. This shift doesn't just change the way you see the world, it changes the way you act, react, and ultimately shape your destiny. You don't have to keep feeling powerless or stuck in your struggles. You have the power within you to turn your story around. Stick with me, because what you're about to learn will not only transform the way you think, but will also set you on the path to taking full control of your life, your emotions, and your future. A victim mentality is something many of us struggle with, often without even realizing it. It's that nagging voice that says life happens to me. It's the mindset that keeps you stuck in the same place, making you believe you're powerless to change your situation. You've probably caught yourself blaming circumstances, other people, or even the world for the challenges you face. And in doing so, you unknowingly hand over your power to external forces. This mindset locks you into a cycle of negativity, where nothing ever changes because you're constantly waiting for something outside of you to change. When you think like a victim, you're trapped in an illusion of powerlessness. It feels like you don't have control over your life, that things are happening to you rather than for you. This mindset keeps you small. It tells you that you don't have the ability to shape your own reality. But here's the truth. Nothing will change until you change the way you see your situation. Life happens for me. That's the mindset you need to adopt if you want to step into your power. This simple shift in perspective can change everything. When you stop blaming the world for what you're going through, you open the door to endless possibilities. Blaming others or external circumstances never leads to growth. It keeps you stuck in inaction. When you choose to blame, you relinquish your power to someone or something else. And when you give away your power, you can't change. The more you blame, the less control you have. When you keep looking outside for answers or solutions, you're wasting time and energy that could be spent on taking action. I'm not saying that life doesn't throw challenges your way, it does. But the moment you stop blaming and start taking responsibility, you start moving forward. The world isn't stopping for you to catch up. If you want to create change, you've got to start by changing how you think about your situation. The emotional toll of victimhood is heavy. When you focus on what went wrong, on the mistakes of the past, you drain your energy. You keep reliving old hurts, rehashing old stories in your head, and those negative thoughts take up space that could be used for growth. Victimhood creates internal conflict. You want things to change, but you resist taking responsibility. The result: more frustration, more stagnation. The longer you stay stuck in the past, the harder it becomes to move forward. You've got to let go of the emotional baggage. When you blame others or wallow in self-pity, you keep carrying that weight with you wherever you go, and it slows you down. Taking responsibility for your life and your choices is one of the most empowering things you can do. When you step into responsibility, you step into your power. You may not be able to control everything that happens, but you can control how you respond. This is where the shift begins. When you stop seeing yourself as a victim and start seeing yourself as the one who can shape their own story, no one can take that power away from you unless you let them. Taking ownership of your circumstances and responses is the first step to empowerment. You are not defined by what's happened to you, you are defined by how you choose to respond to it. When you take full responsibility, you unlock the door to personal growth and transformation. The connection between responsibility and resilience is clear. By taking ownership, you stop making excuses and start making progress. It's through responsibility that you learn the lessons that make you stronger. Think about people who faced adversity and come out stronger on the other side. Oprah Winfrey didn't let her difficult past define her. Nelson Mandela didn't let the years he spent in prison hold him back from becoming one of the greatest leaders of our time. They took responsibility for their own lives and found their power through that ownership. It wasn't easy, but it was the key to their success. Owning your past, your mistakes, and your choices gives you the clarity to move forward. You don't have to be defined by your past, but you do have to own it. The difference between owning your story and being defined by it is huge. Owning your story means you accept it as part of who you are, but it doesn't control you. It doesn't dictate your future. When you take ownership, you start to write the next chapter. The moment you shift from feeling powerless to empowered, everything changes. This is the moment you stop playing the victim and start becoming the hero of your own story. Empowerment comes when you realize that you have a choice in how you react. No one can take your power unless you allow them to. Think about that. The only person who can truly take your power is you. You are in control. The second you realize that, you open yourself up to endless possibilities. No matter what life throws your way, you can choose how you respond. That's where true power lies. Resilience is key to reclaiming your power. It's not about avoiding challenges, it's about learning how to bounce back from them stronger than before. A tree doesn't grow stronger by avoiding the storm. It grows stronger by facing it head on, with roots that go deeper with every wind. That's resilience. Resilience is what allows you to keep going when others might quit. It's the strength to learn from adversity, to grow through it, not just go through it. Building resilience isn't about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about using every setback as an opportunity to get better, stronger, and wiser. You can cultivate resilience by embracing challenges instead of running from them. Don't see failure as a roadblock, see it as a stepping stone. Each challenge you face gives you the tools to build an even stronger foundation for your future. By embracing adversity, you become unstoppable. Shifting your thoughts is one of the most powerful tools you have for changing your life. Negative thoughts are the biggest barrier to your success. They hold you back, keep you stuck, and prevent you from stepping into your power. The first step in shifting your mindset is recognizing those negative thoughts. You've got to catch yourself when you start thinking, "I can't," or "I'm not good enough." And then you have to challenge those thoughts. Replace them with empowering beliefs. Self-doubt is natural, but it doesn't have to control you. You have the power to change the narrative in your head. Reframing negative thoughts into positive ones is a game changer. When you start thinking differently, you start acting differently. Affirmations are a powerful tool for this. Repeating positive affirmations every day can help you reprogram your subconscious mind and build confidence in yourself and your abilities. Visualization is another tool that can help you shift your mindset. When you visualize success, you're training your mind to see it as possible. The science behind visualization is clear. It rewires your brain to believe that what you're imagining can become your reality. If you see yourself as the victor, not the victim, your mind starts to look for ways to make that vision a reality. This is how you turn your thoughts into action. Let me give you a real-world example. There are countless stories of people who went from victimhood to victory. One of the most inspiring is the story of J.K. Rowling. She went from being a single mother on welfare to becoming one of the most successful authors in the world. But it wasn't easy. She had to face rejection, failure, and self-doubt. The turning point for her came when she chose to take responsibility for her life and her choices. She could have stayed stuck in her past, blaming her circumstances. Instead, she chose to own her story and take action. The result? She transformed her life and the lives of millions around the world. The key moments in her journey were the decisions she made to take responsibility and reclaim her power. It wasn't always easy, but those decisions changed everything. They were the foundation for her success. The same is true for you. You have the power to change your story at any moment. Every choice you make can lead you closer to the life you want. Remember, you are the author of your story, and today is the day you begin writing the next chapter. Have you ever felt the weight of fear holding you back? Like it's the one thing standing between you and the life you dream of? What if I told you that fear doesn't have to control you, that you have the power to face it and move beyond it? Fear is something we all experience. It's part of being human. But the real difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to act despite it. Today, I'm going to guide you through the powerful steps of confronting fear, not just overcoming it, but using it to fuel your success. Together, we'll explore practical ways to turn your fear into a catalyst for growth. Fear doesn't have to define your story. It can be your stepping stone to greatness. Stick with me, because the lessons you'll learn today will reshape the way you approach fear and life itself. Fear is a natural response. It's a part of us, a built-in defense mechanism that exists to protect us. Whenever we encounter something uncertain or dangerous, fear arises. And that's okay. It's human to feel fear when we're stepping into the unknown, taking a risk, or trying something new. But here's the key: fear doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Everyone experiences it. The difference between those who thrive and those who remain stuck is how they handle it. Fear is real, but it doesn't control you unless you let it. You have the choice to acknowledge it, understand it, and move through it. The moment you recognize that fear is simply an emotional response, you disarm its power over you. It's important to understand that fear is not a permanent state. Yes, it can be overwhelming at times, but it doesn't have to stay with you forever. Fear can be temporary. It comes in waves, and with the right mindset, you can navigate through it. Don't mistake a fleeting moment of fear for a permanent barrier. What often holds us back is not the fear itself, but the belief that we can't move past it. Fear, at its core, serves a purpose. It's a signal that something matters. It's a warning, a signpost indicating where you need to grow. But it doesn't need to paralyze you. Instead of seeing fear as something to avoid, recognize it for what it is, a part of your personal growth. Embrace it as a natural part of your journey. Fear doesn't have to stop you, it can propel you. When you're facing fear, the most powerful tool you can wield is action. Let me tell you something: action is the antidote to fear. Every time you take a step forward, even when your knees are shaking, you diminish the power fear holds over you. Fear thrives in inaction. The more you delay, the stronger it gets. But when you take action, any action, fear begins to lose its grip. It doesn't matter how small the step is, just take it. This is how you move through fear. Fear is like a shadow. It only exists when you turn your back on the light. If you want to eliminate the shadow, step toward the light. Even when you're afraid, keep moving. Facing your fear is a process. It takes time, but the more you face it, the less power it has over you. You don't need to confront every fear all at once. Start with small challenges and gradually build up your courage. The more you expose yourself to the things that scare you, the less threatening they become. And soon you'll find yourself facing bigger challenges with a sense of calm determination. A big part of overcoming fear is changing how you think about it. Instead of seeing fear as a wall, begin to view it as a signal for growth. Fear isn't a sign to retreat, it's a sign to advance. It's often at the very edge of fear that breakthroughs happen. Embrace fear, and let it be the marker for where growth is waiting. Living in fear doesn't just hold you back in the moment, it limits your future. Think about the opportunities you've missed because you were afraid. The relationships you didn't pursue, the career choices you didn't make, the dreams you didn't chase, all because of fear. Fear keeps you tethered to your comfort zone, and while that might feel safe, it's also where growth goes to die. The cost of staying in fear is high. It means playing small, staying stuck in a life that's less than what you're capable of. The longer you let fear control you, the more it steals from you, your potential, your dreams, your future. And what do you get in return? Regret. Regret for the chances you didn't take, the risks you didn't embrace. On the other hand, those who step outside their comfort zones, those who take risks despite their fear, are the ones who grow. They evolve. they move toward greatness. Yes, it's uncomfortable at first. Yes, it's scary, but it's in those moments of discomfort that we unlock our true potential. Courage doesn't come from eliminating fear. It comes from acting in spite of it. And when you make the decision to push through your fear, you take back the power that fear tries to steal from you. The longer you let fear dictate your choices, the more you delay the life you want. Don't let fear rob you of your future. You're capable of so much more than you know. But to tap into that potential, you have to confront fear, not run from it. Now let's talk about rewiring your brain. What if I told you that you could train your mind to see fear as an opportunity? This is where real transformation begins. The key to overcoming fear lies in changing your perception of it. Fear is a signal. It's telling you that you're on the edge of something new, and instead of backing away, you can reframe it as a chance to grow. Every time you feel fear, ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? Shifting your mindset is a powerful tool in your arsenal. But it's not just about changing how you think, it's about training yourself to take action in the face of fear. Start small. Every time you take a step forward, even when you're scared, you're building courage. Over time, this consistent action will build mental toughness and resilience. It's like muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Another great way to rewire your brain is through visualization. If you can see yourself succeeding, you're programming your mind to believe it's possible. Visualizing success doesn't just make you feel better. It rewires your brain to take the actions necessary to achieve that success. Begin seeing yourself as capable. Begin seeing fear as a signal for growth, not a barrier. When you do this, fear no longer has control. You do. Let me share an example. Think of someone like Oprah Winfrey. She faced her own fears, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. At one point, she was told she wasn't fit for television, that she'd never make it. Fear could have stopped her, but instead she faced it head on. She didn't let fear define her. She took small steps, and those small steps led to enormous breakthroughs. She's one of the most influential people in the world today, not because she was free of fear, but because she faced it every single time. There was a turning point in her life where she made the decision that fear would not dictate her path. And that decision changed everything. You too have moments like this. You have a choice every time fear arises. Will you let it hold you back, or will you take action despite it? Fear doesn't define your future. Your actions do. Every step you take through fear is a step toward the life you want to create. You are the author of your story, and you can rewrite it anytime. It starts with facing your fears and choosing to move forward. The power is in your hands. Are you tired of feeling like life knocks you down, only for you to struggle to get back up? What if I told you that the ability to rise stronger each time is within you? And it starts with building resilience. Resilience isn't just about surviving challenges, it's about thriving through them. Today we're diving into the principles that make resilience the foundation of true strength. This isn't just about getting through tough times, it's about learning how to grow through them and come out on the other side better than you were before. Resilience is a skill you can develop, and with it there's no challenge too great. So stick with me, because by the end of this session you'll be equipped with powerful strategies to strengthen your mind and heart, turning every setback into a stepping stone. Get ready to unlock your ability to stand firm in the face of adversity and rise every time life knocks you down. We've all faced setbacks. It's part of life. The key to resilience isn't avoiding those moments, but learning how to bounce back from them. Setbacks are inevitable. They'll happen. Life is unpredictable and often unfair, but that doesn't mean you have to stay down. Resilience is about how quickly you rise, how firmly you stand up, and how you use your struggles to propel you forward. You might take punches, but those punches don't define you. What defines you is how you choose to get up and move forward. Resilience isn't about being unaffected by hardship. It's about learning how to recover, learning how to rise each time you fall. Resilience goes beyond simply enduring tough times. It's the ability to stay mentally and emotionally strong, even in the midst of struggle. You know what's harder than facing a challenge? Surviving it and coming out stronger on the other side. That's the essence of resilience. Thriving through adversity. It's about growth. When you develop resilience, you start to understand that challenges are not the end of your journey. They're part of the process. You begin to see them as opportunities for growth. And when you can learn from those experiences, you start to thrive instead of just survive. That's how you set yourself up for long-term success and growth. This is crucial to understand. Resilience is not something you're born with. It's a skill that can be built. Anyone, regardless of their background or past, has the ability to develop resilience. It's not about luck or natural talent. It's about how you choose to respond to challenges. The first step is shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. When you see obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow, you're already building resilience. Overcoming adversity is not about avoiding it. It's about learning how to face it and get stronger each time. Mental toughness is not about being tough in a way that ignores your feelings. It's about staying strong, focused, and disciplined, even when things get tough. It's about staying calm under pressure. It's why some people are able to face intense stress and still move forward while others crumble. Mental toughness is the ability to not let difficult situations dictate your mindset. It's about keeping your head clear, your focus sharp, and your energy directed where it matters most. True mental strength doesn't come from pretending things are easy. It comes from facing pressure and still moving forward. Adversity is one of the best tools for building mental toughness. It's through the hardest times that you develop the most strength. When life challenges you, instead of retreating, lean into the discomfort. Challenge yourself to maintain clarity, focus, and control over your emotions. The adversity you face is the training ground for your mental resilience. With each difficult experience, you can choose to either break down or build up your mental strength. Focus on emotional regulation. Don't let your emotions control you. Cultivate discipline, and don't let the external chaos disrupt your inner peace. Discipline and focus are two of the most powerful tools you can use to build mental toughness. When everything around you feels chaotic, discipline helps you stay grounded. It's what keeps you moving forward even when motivation is nowhere to be found. Focus is the ability to zero in on what's important, even when distractions are overwhelming. When things get tough, your ability to make clear, focused decisions is the difference between success and failure. Discipline is what gets you up each day and keeps you going. Focus is what ensures you don't lose sight of what matters. Together, they create a foundation of mental toughness. A growth mindset is one of the most powerful tools you can develop to face adversity. When you adopt a growth mindset, you see every failure, every setback as a lesson. You begin to understand that challenges are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones. Resilience and mindset are interconnected. Your mindset shapes your ability to bounce back. If you view challenges as something to avoid, you'll never grow. But if you see them as opportunities to become stronger, you'll thrive. Embrace each setback as a learning experience. Grow through it. Your brain is constantly evolving. Neuroplasticity is the concept that your brain can change and adapt. Every time you face a challenge and choose to grow through it, you're strengthening your brain. The more you train your mind to face adversity and see challenges as growth opportunities, the stronger and more resilient you become. Just like any muscle, your mind gets stronger with use. And the best part is, it's never too late to start training it. You have the power to develop mental toughness, even if you've never considered yourself resilient before. What you say to yourself is crucial in building resilience. Your inner dialogue can either lift you up or hold you back. Negative self-talk will only reinforce the belief that you can't handle adversity, that you can't get through the tough times. But positive self-talk, empowering words and affirmations will train your brain to believe in your strength. Belief in yourself is the first step to resilience. When you believe you can bounce back, you create a mental blueprint for success. Start speaking to yourself like the resilient, strong individual you want to be. It all begins with how you talk to yourself. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity for resilience. Without proper rest, nutrition, and emotional care, you cannot maintain mental toughness. It's simple: if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't face adversity with the strength you need. Self-care is your foundation. It gives you the energy, focus, and clarity to handle challenges when they arise. Incorporate practices like adequate sleep, healthy eating, and emotional check-ins into your routine. These are the building blocks of mental strength. The road to resilience doesn't have to be paved with giant victories. Sometimes the smallest wins are the most important. Every time you get through a challenge, even a small one, you're building mental resilience. These small victories accumulate over time and lead to bigger successes. They build momentum. When you celebrate small wins, you train your brain to look for progress, not perfection. Consistent progress, no matter how small, will lead to a stronger you. Journaling is a powerful tool for reflection. It allows you to process emotions, track progress, and identify areas where you've grown. Meditation calms the mind, helping you gain focus, clarity, when things get overwhelming. Exercise, meanwhile, strengthens both the body and the mind. It helps release stress and improves your ability to focus. Together, these three practices build resilience by creating a strong mental, emotional, and physical foundation. There's a powerful story of someone who faced incredible adversity and came out stronger on the other side. This person was knocked down more times than they could count by personal and professional setbacks, by obstacles that seemed insurmountable, but each time they rose. They didn't let their hardships define them, instead they let them refine them. They used each failure as an opportunity to grow stronger, and each lesson led them closer to success. This individual faced fear, frustration, and failure, but they never gave up. The turning point came when this person decided that they would no longer let their circumstances define them. They chose resilience over defeat. They didn't wait for things to get easier. they made them easier by building the mental toughness to endure. From that point forward, they committed to taking control of their mindset, their actions, and their response to adversity. It wasn't easy, but through discipline, focus, and a growth mindset, they rebuilt themselves into someone who could not only face challenges, but thrive through them. From their story, you can learn that resilience isn't just about surviving, it's about learning, growing, and evolving through hardship. You can develop the strength to bounce back from anything if you embrace a growth mindset, if you cultivate mental toughness, and if you adopt practices that build resilience every day. It's not the challenges you face, it's how you respond to them that will determine your future. The lessons you learn in adversity can shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever imagined. How many times have you felt like giving up when things got tough? Maybe you've tried and failed, only to wonder if it's even worth pushing forward. What if I told you that persistence is the key to overcoming every obstacle, and that the difference between success and failure isn't talent, it's the ability to keep going when everything seems against you? Today we're diving into the power of persistence and how embracing it can transform your life. This isn't just about working hard, it's about refusing to quit even when the road gets rough. If you're ready to stop letting setbacks define you and start using them as fuel to keep moving forward, you're in the right place. Stick with me, because what you're about to discover will shift the way you think about success, failure, and everything in between. It's time to build unstoppable persistence that will carry you through every challenge that comes your way. Persistence isn't about avoiding challenges or pretending they don't exist. It's about pushing through when things are tough, when the road is unclear, and when failure seems imminent. It's that inner strength to keep going even when the results are nowhere in sight. If you've ever felt like you're working hard but nothing seems to change, you know what I'm talking about. But let me tell you something, persistence is what moves the needle. It's about being willing to take the next step even when you can't see the finish line. When you keep going, even in the face of uncertainty, that's when you build strength. You transform your mindset from one that sees obstacles as roadblocks to one that sees them as opportunities for growth. When you embrace persistence, you're building a new kind of muscle, the ability to endure, to stay steady, and to trust the process even when it feels like nothing is working. Persistence isn't about waiting for the world to change or for the right moment. It's about taking action despite the circumstances. You may not see the results immediately, but don't be fooled, the work is happening. Success is a journey, and it's often invisible at first. But remember, the seeds you plant today will eventually sprout. And each small step, each day you keep going, is progress. It's persistence that helps you keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when you don't see the fruits of your labor right away. It's the belief that no matter how small, each effort moves you closer to your goal. The power of persistence lies in its ability to transform. The more you push forward, the more resilient you become. Every obstacle you face, every failure, every setback sharpens your focus, strengthens your resolve, and deepens your determination. Persistence isn't just a quality, it's the foundation of everything successful people do. It's what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up halfway. Here's the truth, talent alone isn't enough. Talent might give you a head start, but persistence will take you all the way to the finish line. Think about it, how many people with raw talent have you seen fail because they didn't have the drive to keep going? Talent is important, but it's persistence that wins in the end. It's the ability to keep pushing when the journey gets long and hard, when the wins aren't as frequent, and when doubt creeps in. Persistence doesn't get tired, it doesn't give up. And in the long run, that's what leads to success. Let me give you an example. Thomas Edison wasn't the smartest person in the room, but he had persistence. He failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, but he never gave up. Edison's story is one of relentless pursuit, of continuing even when the odds seemed insurmountable. It's not about being the best, it's about being the one who doesn't quit. And that's the power of persistence. It's the steady, unshakable force that carries you when talent alone can't. The science behind persistence is clear. Studies show that people who persevere through difficulty end up achieving more than those who rely solely on talent. Why? Because persistence is what keeps you going when things get hard. It's what gives you the ability to learn from mistakes, to bounce back after setbacks, and to keep evolving. While talent is great, it needs persistence to keep it moving forward. Without it, talent gets stuck. Persistence is the engine that powers talent into action. The truth is, failure is part of the process. It's not the end, it's a necessary step on the way to success. Those who succeed aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who face it head on and keep going. Failure isn't a wall that stops you. It's a speed bump that teaches you how to go faster next time. Think about it. Every time you fail, you learn something new. You adapt, you improve, you don't stop. Failure is a lesson, not a verdict. When you shift your mindset and see failure as an opportunity, you unlock your potential to persevere. Failure isn't a sign to quit, it's a sign to try again, but smarter this time. It's about getting up, dusting yourself off, and continuing with more knowledge than you had before. The most successful people are the ones who embrace failure as part of their journey, not as something to avoid. They learn from it, adjust their course, and move forward. When you fail and get back up, you build mental toughness. It's through repeated failure that you learn the true strength of your character. The more you fail and persist, the stronger you become. It's like building muscle at the gym. The more you lift, the stronger you get. Failure is no different. Each time you fail and keep going, you're building mental toughness that will carry you through the next challenge and the next. Persistence doesn't happen overnight. It's a muscle that you develop through practice. It's the result of consistent effort, even when the road seems long. So how do you keep going when success feels far away? Start by keeping your goal in mind. When the journey gets tough, focus on the bigger picture. Break down your long-term goal into small, manageable steps. Each small action you take is a victory in itself. Celebrate those small wins along the way because they add up. Each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Patience is crucial in the process of building persistence. Most people want quick results, but real, lasting success takes time. The most successful people understand this. They don't rush the process. They trust it. They stay focused even when progress is slow. And let me tell you that patience is often what separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. Stay committed even when you don't see immediate results. The persistence you build today will carry you through the challenges of tomorrow. It's also important to track your progress. When you don't see immediate results, it's easy to get discouraged. But by tracking your small wins, you remind yourself that progress is happening even if it's not as fast as you'd like. Keeping a record of your successes, no matter how minor, will fuel your persistence and keep you moving forward. There are countless stories of people who faced rejection, failure, and adversity, but they never gave up. Walt Disney is one of the most famous examples. He was told he wasn't creative enough, that his ideas would never work, but he kept going. He kept believing in his vision. And now, Disney is one of the most successful entertainment companies in the world. Walt didn't succeed because he was the best. He succeeded because he refused to quit. His story teaches us an important lesson. Failure is not the end. It's simply part of the journey. When you face rejection, remember that it's not a sign to stop. It's a redirection. It's your chance to try again, to learn and to improve. And when you look back at your journey, you'll see that persistence, not talent or luck, was the key to your success. Walt Disney's persistence didn't just change his life, it changed the world. The impact of his work continues to inspire millions, and you can have that same impact in your own life. If you keep going, if you stay persistent, if you embrace failure as part of the process, you can achieve greatness. Your persistence can change your life too. Have you ever felt like life struggles were weighing you down? What if I told you that those very struggles could be the key to unlocking your greatest strength? It's easy to get lost in pain, to feel as though it's something that holds you back. But what if the secret to overcoming obstacles isn't in escaping the pain, but in using it as the fuel to push you forward? In this section, we're diving into the transformative power of turning pain into power. You'll learn how to take those difficult moments, the ones that make you want to quit, and turn them into motivation that drives you towards your goals. This isn't just about enduring hardship. This is about harnessing it to create lasting change. Stick around because the tools and strategies you'll discover here will help you transform every struggle into a stepping stone on your path to success. When you're in the midst of pain, it's easy to see it as a wall that stops you in your tracks. But what if you could flip that perspective? Pain in its rawest form is energy. It's the fuel that can propel you forward when everything else seems to be holding you back. The key isn't to avoid pain or pretend it doesn't exist. It's to embrace it, to use it as a catalyst for action. When you're feeling overwhelmed, angry, or defeated, instead of letting those feelings paralyze you, what if you channeled them into something productive? Every struggle you face has the potential to become the foundation for your next step. Each setback doesn't have to be a reason to quit. It can be the reason you push harder. Pain is temporary, but the power it gives you is permanent. Think about it, every time you endure something difficult and keep moving forward, you're strengthening yourself. Every challenge you face adds to your inner strength. That's why when you push through pain, you're not just surviving, you're evolving. You're building resilience that will carry you through the next wave of difficulty. And here's the thing, pain doesn't just disappear, but what you can do is turn it into something that serves you, something that drives you forward. Every time you overcome pain, you create a new layer of toughness. Your mindset plays a huge role in this transformation. Instead of seeing pain as an obstacle, shift your thinking to view it as an opportunity. This is the first step in using pain to fuel your journey. Recognizing that pain is part of the process, and that you have the power to turn it into something positive, changes everything. The difference between people who are stopped by pain and those who use it to push forward is simply their perspective. Pain becomes power when you stop fighting it and start using it. Now let's talk about channeling your pain into focused action. It's easy to get lost in frustration, anger, or sadness, especially when life feels like it's against you. But what if those feelings, rather than holding you back, could be your fuel for the next phase of your journey? The key is to process those emotions, not suppress them. When you feel angry or frustrated, don't let it consume you. Use it to move forward. Frustration is energy. Sadness is energy. When you channel that emotional energy into action, you begin to create progress even when things are hard. The next time you feel overwhelmed, break it down. Don't focus on everything that's going wrong. Instead, focus on small, manageable steps you can take to turn things around. Every single action you take, no matter how small, can help you move forward. That's what transforms pain into progress. When you're stuck, keep moving. And the more you keep moving, the more you'll build momentum. It's easy to freeze when life gets tough, but action is the antidote to emotional stagnation. Having a clear purpose in life can make all the difference when it comes to turning pain into something productive. Your why, your reason for doing what you do, is the anchor that will keep you focused when life gets overwhelming. When you have a purpose, it becomes easier to shift your focus away from your struggles and toward your goals. Your why helps you transform frustration into determination and sadness into strength. It helps you see setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities to grow. Let me tell you something. Your passion is the fire that will keep you moving when you want to stop. When the going gets tough, it's your passion that will remind you why you're doing this in the first place. It will be your fuel, your driving force, even when everything feels like it's falling apart. Passion doesn't need external rewards to thrive. It thrives because it's an internal motivator. When you are driven by something bigger than the pain, you will keep going, no matter what stands in your way. Passion turns obstacles into opportunities for growth. And it doesn't just help you survive, it helps you thrive. But here's the thing, passion needs care. You have to nurture it. Make time to reconnect with your why every day. Stay focused on your goals and keep reminding yourself of what you're working for. Self-care, mindset, and routine play a huge role in sustaining your passion. And when your passion is strong, your persistence will be unstoppable. Take a moment and think of someone who turned their pain into a driving force for success. Think about someone you admire, a famous entrepreneur, athlete, or activist. They didn't just stumble into success, they fought through tremendous challenges, and they turned those struggles into momentum. One such example is Oprah Winfrey, who faced incredible challenges growing up, from poverty to abuse. But instead of allowing her pain to define her, she used it to fuel her passion for helping others. Her pain didn't stop her, it propelled her to become one of the most influential media moguls in history. What can we learn from people like Oprah? We learn that pain doesn't have to be a roadblock. It can be the foundation for something great. Their stories show us that success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about how you respond to the challenges you face. And what can you take from their example? You can take the mindset that no matter what you're going through, you have the power to turn it into something meaningful. The greatest lesson from these stories is that pain isn't the end. It's just the beginning. It's a stepping stone. You too have the power to turn every struggle into a reason to keep going. When you embrace pain as a tool for progress, you'll find that you're capable of achieving things you never thought possible. So the next time life gets tough, don't back down, don't quit. Use your pain as fuel to keep moving forward, because when you do, you'll be unstoppable. Do you feel like you're stuck in a rut, overwhelmed by everything you've gone through? Maybe you're asking yourself, when will things finally get better? It's easy to give up when life keeps throwing obstacles your way. But what if today could be the day you decide to rise again? What if you could use your struggles to fuel your strength and break free from everything that's been holding you back? In this section, we'll dive into the power of resilience and the importance of pushing forward, no matter how many times life knocks you down. We'll explore how setbacks don't define you, they can refine you. This is your chance to stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the hero of your own story. So let's get real about how to stay strong, how to keep moving forward, and how to tap into the power inside you that's waiting to come alive. Stick around, because the journey you're about to take could change everything for you. Every strong person you admire, every person who's ever achieved something great, was once broken in some way. They didn't stay down, they got up. It's easy to think of strength as something that's either there or it's not. But real strength is built, shaped by the battles we face. It's born from the adversity we overcome. What you've gone through, the moments when you felt like you couldn't go on, those are the very things that are shaping you into something stronger than you've ever been. You see, it's not the setback that defines you, it's what you do with it. You have the power to rise. You have the power to become stronger, more capable, and more resilient than ever before. Your setbacks, They're your comebacks waiting to happen. So many people get stuck. They get comfortable in their pain, in their fears, in their doubts. But the real question is, what are you going to do with what life's handed you? Are you going to let it define you, or are you going to let it refine you? The difference between the person who stays stuck and the one who moves forward is their mindset. It's a shift from wanting everything to be perfect to simply focusing on recovery. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about doing what it takes, even when it's hard. The key to moving forward is embracing your challenges, learning from them, and using them as fuel. Because once you start seeing challenges as stepping stones instead of obstacles, nothing can stop you. Every setback, every failure, holds a hidden lesson. When you embrace failure as part of the journey, instead of something to fear or avoid, you open yourself up to growth. Each misstep can teach you something you didn't know before. It can guide you toward a better path, a stronger version of yourself. The goal isn't to avoid failure, it's to learn how to bounce back, stronger each time. Failure is not the end, it's just a lesson. And a lesson is only valuable if you use it to grow. Now the real test is in the action. This is your moment. Don't let fear, doubt, or the weight of past mistakes keep you down. Right now, you have everything you need to take that first step. If you keep waiting for things to magically fall into place, you'll be waiting forever. Fear will always be there. Doubt will always be there, but so will your potential. The key is not letting those things control you. Courage isn't about waiting for fear to disappear. It's about moving forward in spite of it. You have something unique to offer this world, something that no one else can give. The world is waiting for you to become the person you were always meant to be. You don't have time to waste. Your dreams, your passions, they're waiting for you to take them seriously. Step into your power. Stop holding back. Every moment you delay is a moment you're not living your truth. You have a version of yourself that you've only dreamed of becoming. Now it's time to turn that dream into reality. Stop letting fear keep you from becoming who you were always meant to be. Here's the truth. Waiting for the perfect moment will only lead to missed opportunities. It's easy to tell yourself that things aren't right yet. It's easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Every decision you make, every step you take, brings you closer to your goal. It's not about waiting for things to align perfectly. It's about taking action right now. Even the smallest step today can change the course of your life. Don't wait any longer. Make the decision to move forward today. Start now. The choice is yours. You can stay broken, stay stuck, or you can rebuild. You can rise from your failures and use them as the foundation for your future success. Rebuilding takes strength, but it also takes courage. The truth is that no matter what's happened, no matter how tough things have been, you always have the power to choose. It's in your hands. Life will throw setbacks your way. That's a given. But how you respond is entirely up to you. Deciding to rebuild after a setback doesn't just change your situation, it changes you. It shapes your character, your strength, and your future. Persistence is the one thing that guarantees success over time. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. Every single time you refuse to quit, you're building a stronger version of yourself. It's the tough times that truly test you, that show you what you're made of. And every time you push through, no matter how difficult, you're one step closer to your breakthrough. You're not far from your breakthrough. In fact, it's often just around the corner, even when it feels out of reach. The toughest times are often the moments right before things turn around. So when it feels hard, when you want to give up, keep going. Your breakthrough is waiting for you. Momentum is a powerful thing. The key to building momentum is simple. Keep moving. Take one small step every single day, no matter how hard it is. Even if it feels like you're not making progress, you are. Momentum builds over time, and every step forward takes you closer to your goal. Believe in yourself and your vision. No matter how tough it gets, keep moving forward. Keep going. Your breakthrough is closer than you think.